Hello everyone, ZMiner99 here, and welcome back for another live stream on the Building the Kingdom server. Today we're going to be doing some more mining out here. I kind of want to finish getting my mining shop filled up, so I am looking forward to getting more of this mined as well. So I figure that I might as well do it during a live stream, so, because I don't, I didn't finish it all in between. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and make some more gunpowder. We don't make gunpowder. We make rockets using gunpowder, but it looks like we just need to get more paper, which means we can come over here. We can get more paper this way. Looks like that thing just harvested, which is awesome. Anyways, how is all of your guys' day going? Or weekend, you know, I guess there's not necessarily that much happening every day for a lot of us, so weekend will do too. Mine's been pretty uneventful, actually, surprisingly. Last week I helped out with some of the high school graduations for a couple of the high schools in my area. They're modified graduations, so it's not, you know, a normal one where, you know, everyone's gathered. There's a huge get together, you know. It wasn't one of those kind because can't do those where I live right now. There's rules against that at this point in time, so yeah. But that's what I did for 3 days. I got pretty gnarly sunburn too, because first day I forgot to put on sunscreen and I burned for it. So yeah, skin is still peeling for that, actually. But it should be done. I should probably finish up tomorrow with recovering from that. So hopefully that's the case. I totally forgot to bring diamonds. So I hope we've had sales. Because if not, we're going to need yeah, if we haven't had diamonds used to buy anything yet, then we're going to need to go right back to where I just came from. Because I want to repair my tools, but it's kind of hard to do when you don't have diamonds to do it with. Well, if I'm using the shop, which that was the plan. Okay, we'll check the wood shop real quick. Actually, wait, was my precious box in that end chest? No. Food was. Food's in there. I mean, food's a good thing too. I'm thinking only stuff that would have sold was maybe this stuff here, but no. Okay. Yep, gotta go all the way back up to the base. Unfortunately, we weren't prepared today. We were not prepared. Hopefully we'll be more prepared next time. How can we be more prepared? Who am I kidding? By the way, if you haven't seen the last episode, I would recommend you go check that out, because not necessarily right now, because we're in the middle of a live stream, but afterwards, because I did this stuff. I think, yeah, that episode went out Wednesday. Yeah, it went out last Wednesday. Yeah, so where I go and do all this, build all that out, Precious. In fact, we'll just take the diamonds that we need. And since we're headed over there, I guess we might as well bring all of the restock items. Which I thought I had another shulker box of them. I suppose I didn't. Okay. That's fine, I guess. There are totally pillagers right there. Man, this area gets a ton of pillager patrols. Hello, Sores. I'm assuming that's how that's said. Can I make you a favor? What kind of a favor? I don't know if I can make many favors. I don't know. That's an interesting question for the internet. Just saying. But you can run it by me, I guess. Oop. I just got a notification on my phone that I forgot to silence again for the, 10th stream in a row. Okay. There we go. Alright. Anyways. Now we have the items which I wanted to use to restock stuff with. Boop. And we're going to do it this way. Haha. Got it. Alright, coal. Which we actually are going to need to start. Like that. Gold. I don't have much of that. Redstone. We have a little bit of redstone. Nice. And then diamonds. All the diamonds. Oh, okay. I just got a ping on Discord. But it's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine. Yes, it's fine. Okay. We're good. We're good. Every time I get a ping on Discord, I'm like, okay, what exactly is this for? Question mark? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Like, what happened? It's like when I get a text message, like, what happened? Why did I just get a text message? I don't want text messages. Leave me alone. I have a feeling I'm the only person I think who's used this shop so far. Anyways, if you are interested in knowing, this is how we use this shop. And for the sake of block noises being block noises, we're going to turn down block noises. Just a little bit, not too much. Just enough so that I'm not constantly deafened. Let's see, which tools do we really want to get fixed? These ones, I think. So these are our two efficiency 5 tools, and we'll hopefully be able to get a couple more today. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Wonderful. Ugh. Sorry. We're okay. Then efficiency 4 tools will be next. Let's go like this. That did not work. Okay. Are these not mending? They are not mending. Oops. I guess I should probably check that first, because not all my tools have mending. Oops. There we go. We might as well get this repaired as well. And at the same time repair some of our armor. And our axe, just because why not? Why not? Most of that XP went to other things, but that's okay. Because we got enough. Alright. Alright, now it's time to help our good friend Skippy Flatrock out by removing all of this green garbage. Well, it's garbage now, but it wasn't before, because this is how the XP is gotten. You could hook up a dropper clock to this, technically speaking, but that's fine. We're actually going to take all the stuff out of the hoppers first. That way, I really make sure to do it right. Not that one item makes too much of a difference, but it might. Which is why we don't break other people's stuff. It's a good idea. Good idea to not break other people's stuff, guys. Just saying. Just putting it out there. If you can avoid breaking other people's stuff, it's great. I'm going to assume that I'm not breaking stuff right now. Like, yeah. Burp. Okay. Here we go. This is the grind that happens in stream that gets cut out of videos. Yes. I'm not planning on using this content for a video, but if I were making a video right now, I actually have not started another episode yet. We need to find something to do to start another episode. But that'll be done probably tonight while I'm in bed. I'll probably just think about what I'm going to do for the next episode. But we'll see. We will see. Throw all the cactus green away, because we do not need it. And I will say it is a very good thing that this is not lava, because I have thrown diamond tools in here before. So thank you, Skippy, for not making this a lava trash hole, and instead just making a despawn timer trash hole. Even though it does create a little bit more lag. It's not that bad, actually. So. Let's check something real quick. Okay. All right. Fly up here. Ow. How did I take damage while I wasn't moving and just rocketed up against the wall? No idea, but I did. So, I mean, it's Minecraft. Not everything can make sense, right? If it did, then it wouldn't be Minecraft. Ultimately. Is it enchanted book time? It might be. Let's go do that. And I'm not forgetting enchanting stuffs, because there's enchanting stuffs here already. Because I got smart finally. And left all of it here. Respiration, fire protection, and unbreaking. Oof. What do I need? The Elytra is fully done. It's got everything it needs. I wonder if Elytra can have thorns. That'd be interesting. Let me think. I have Aqua Affinity. I could get Respiration and Piercing. Ooh. Maybe. Oh, we're gonna wait for that though. Piercing 4, which would make Piercing 5 with the other one. This is not what I wanted. I want efficiency. Well, I guess that's gonna give us Piercing 5 on our bow that has 1 durability left. I need to put Mending on it. Sharpness 3, Bane of Arthropods. So let me think. Sharpness works with this, I think. Smite. You know what? We're just going to go with this. Unbreaking 1. Just a burn enchantment. Do I have a villager yet? No, I do not have a villager yet for this stuff. Unfortunately. I want one, but I don't. Sharpness. Knockback. Piercing. I don't really want knockback. Piercing. Sweeping edge, though. That could be fun. How about projectile protection? Blast protection, fire protection, and then just protection. So, sweeping edge. We'll go with that then. Sweeping edge. Bane of Arthropods, sharpness, efficiency. It's only efficiency 1. Are you serious right now? You're kidding me. Whenever I get efficiency, it's efficiency 1. Okay. That's fine. We'll survive. Unbreaking. All these picks have unbreaking. I think. My sword doesn't, but my sword generates XP every time I use it. Axe has... What about the other... Oh, the other axe isn't up here. I'm not here for that, though. And we'll hold on to the Piercing 4. No. We don't want to do that. Oh, I mean, this would be good too, though, right? But do I want Piercing 5 on my bow? I have a feeling this is going to be a better one to use. Oh, I just blew everything. I was supposed to enchant... Whatever. Alright, well, I guess we're going for this then. Apparently, piercing is not a crossbow enchantment. Piercing is a crossbow enchantment. Oh! Oh, shoot. There's an arrow in there, though. So if I fired the arrow, it would break the bow. Oh. Alright, can I put sharpness on here? No. Sweeping edge? Cost 17. Oh, of course I can't enchant that because it's loaded. As we already discussed. Do any of these have unbreaking? Unbreaking 1, unbreaking 3. You would benefit the most from having an unbreaking 1 book applied. Because then that would give it unbreaking 2 instead. That looks okay. And then... Oh. This can take efficiency, I suppose. Why not? Sweeping edge for the sword. For the S ward is... Oh, that was the 15 one. Sharpness doesn't work on it. Can I put sharpness on an axe? I can! Might as well. We have a battle axe now, even though it's a pretty sucky one, to be quite honest. We're gonna leave both of these alone, I think. And we'll just have to make more books for next time. But we're down to 1 XP, so it's time to hit the mine. And it's nighttime. Okay. Almost hit that obsidian. Okay, we're gonna dump off all of the non-efficiency 5 tools that I got already. I left the shulker box in the shop, didn't I? Yes, I did. I mean, I'm excited, guys. That's the reason. Oh, that's an unbreaking 3 pick. Oof. I mean, I guess I can't really use this. I should probably put this in here so I'm not tempted to use it. I have a pufferfish still. This pufferfish needs a name. I don't remember getting a name for it. Did I write one down? No, so I didn't get a name for it yet. Or did I? Wait. No, I didn't. Did I? No. Okay. Brain is in a 404 error moment. Just an FYI to all you guys watching. So we're gonna use ourselves a fortune or a silk touch real quick. Oh, this isn't the right silk touch. Let's get the right silk touch pick now. It's silk. That's fortune. What? Ah, there we go. That's the right pickaxe. Okay. Let's head back up there and then pretend that that did not happen. And pretend that that did not happen. So this is where I get into a fail cycle. Or just a fail loop. Just continually looping, failing, landing on here. I'd actually have done that before. I just could not stop not hitting my landing zone. Kind of overshot that one, didn't I? All the chlor. If you were wondering, chlor means coal ore, by the way. It's a thing I made up. Pretty sure I'm not the first one to make that up either. I've never tried doing it like this, but it's turning out a lot cleaner than the other ways that I do it. So, might keep on doing it this way. Okay, it's not as fun though. It's not as fun, so we're not gonna do it that way. I know. I know. It's cleaner, but it's not as fun. It makes it look nicer on the way there, but not worth it. Totally not worth it, guys. Because when you're all done, you just have a patch of gravel. That'd be there anyways. But we're going to eliminate the patch of gravel in an extremely satisfying way that actually does not require a hasty beacon. Fun fact. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Now let's get out of here. And I forgot I had efficiency 5 for a second there, which is why I held down the button and broke through a bunch of blocks. But we're good. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Something has fallen and died. Just see white particle effects. Because things totally emit smoke particles whenever they die. That's totally how it works. Just an FYI. In Minecraft, that's how it works. In real life, no. Not saying I've seen many things die. Why are we talking about this? I don't know. It's because something fell from up there and fell on the platform I'm mining and died. So, yep. This is how we arrive at random topics in Minecraft. Yeah. Oh, I missed some gravel. Ah, fixed. Problem solved. Gravel removed. With Instamine. Anyway, so we get to see what this is all about over here now. That there is a full inventory, or almost full inventory. This is a mass storage system, which I put together in the last episode. If you haven't seen it, you can check out my YouTube channel. But yeah, so it's essentially the overflow from my sorting system here, but it's manually sorted instead of being hopper sorted, because hopper sorting it would be kind of a lot. I got something in my eye. If you ask how did it get there, I have no idea how it got there. It just did. Amazing, right? Just take damage. Sometimes, thank you. I might need to get a piece of metal so I can draw that out, but whatever. If you're like, don't stick a piece of metal in your eye, I'll be like, it works for me. Actually, it's not just a piece of metal, but that's what I normally have around, so it works. Clean metal, don't worry. It's not literally forcing it in my eye either, so. Hey, spider. Didn't drop anything though, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Coal, gravel. Those go in there. Flint can go in there. Okay, yeah, I need to deal with my eye real quick. Let's take care of that. Okay, that's better. Okay. Can I keep my eye open now is a question. Yes. I can. Okay. Okay, we're back. Okay. You have to be careful with your eyes whenever you're doing stuff with your eyes. They're pretty sensitive organ, actually. So, yeah. Oh, they didn't fully take care of it. Oh, great. Oh, it's a pain. Such a pain to take care of my eyes on my face. Okay, I'm gonna update this stream title because I didn't write it out the way I wanted it to look. But I'll do that after I finish this real quick. Boom. Do you want out? Lady, do you want out? Lady's the name of my cat. And she just sneezed, and sometimes she does that whenever she wants attention. She knows I'm talking about her. Yeah? You want out, don't you? Well, you should have left before I started the stream. Okay, I gotta go let my cat out real quick. All right. There she is. She's out now. Of all the beds in the house, she likes my bed in particular. Well, it's probably because I'm the only one who doesn't actually kick her off of my bed. That's probably what it is. She is not allowed in my brother's room, which means every time he's gone on a vacation, she's always in his room. It's hilarious. I don't know why I'm mining with that. I'm trying to save the Silk Touch one because I need to use the Silk Touch one more frequently or more specifically than the Fortune one because my shop doesn't sell the itemized blocks yet. Like, you know, stuff like Redstone. It sells Redstone ore, but doesn't sell Redstone. Number two, if it did sell Redstone, I'd be able to fully stock it already. Because I have way... Actually, I wouldn't be able to fully stock it. I do need to get coal, though, because of the furnace system I just made doesn't run on lava at all. I might change that in the future, but not right now. So I do actually need a little bit of coal, but I want to save some still for the shop. Let's pick up all this so I don't have items causing issues with lag. And also, I kind of like to keep things clean to some degree. Some degree, not a huge degree, especially in Minecraft. Yeah. Let's throw this in here. All the coal that I just picked up. And let's edit the stream title while I am not up there mining and exposed. Super exposed, at least. There we go. Got it. Okay, we're good. As long as it doesn't send out another Go Live notification, we're okay. I don't think it did last time, so we're going to assume it's not going to this time. I don't want to spam people's notification inboxes and stuff, because I know what that feels like. Some days, I get literally an email every like 15 minutes. And it's like a long email too. And they're not advertisements either. They're things that I actually do have to read. And you're like, wait, you read your emails? Yes, I have to read my emails. If I don't, I miss something. And then I break a contract, and then it's not good. I don't literally break a contract most of the time. I haven't yet from not reading, but that's a possibility is the problem. It's like, oh, well, I do say I'm going to check my email in this contract, which means if I don't, and the why? I can check my email, but do I have to read them? That's a gray area, right? Really just means if I miss something, what it actually says, like if I miss something that was emailed, then it's my fault that I missed it and not the company's fault. So I don't want to miss things. And that makes sense. If they emailed out in with a reasonable frame of time before I had to know the information that they emailed out, which doesn't always happen, and I don't always get called whenever I should be called instead of just emailed. Like what happened with Saturday morning. My shift got pushed forward an hour. Just 1 hour from starting at 6 a.m. to starting at 5 a.m. It's a good thing I checked the schedule the day before. So I was like, oh, well, I need to go to bed an hour early. So I'll wake up an hour early. But, yeah. That's how it works with work sometimes, you know? Kind of just got to roll with the punches a little bit. Especially right now when there's not many people who are able to work. Because they are out of town. Because they were sent out of town. So, it's funny how that is. It's like, most people travel less. But some people actually had to travel because of COVID. Because they had to go home. There be a cave. People, there's a cave. Which is awesome. And dangerous at the same time. Hello there, Mr. Mythic. How are you doing? There's a cave. This is interesting. Okay. Not the first cave we've ran into, as evidenced by a giant blob of cobblestone over there. All the diorite. And iron. Is wonderful. Oh, it's a cave. It has flowy water in it. I didn't notice that. Guess I'm not that observant today. Whenever I leave work, not observant at all. No. I'm observant still, but not that observant. I don't have to be as observant whenever I'm not at work, so. Because the game is not real life. Or is it? It might be. It's not. It's not. Oh. I just backstepped. Breaking too many blocks at once. Why? So with these items on the ground, the servers... Where's TPS? I'm looking for TPS. Is it the TX value now? What? No. I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for. I can run the server. I can't, like, read the F3 screen of vanilla Minecraft anymore. It's too hard. It's too hard nowadays. It's changed since the first version of Minecraft. So I can't read it anymore. That's been a long time. Andesite, diorite, and granite. Those are all fully stocked in my shop, by the way. There is a skeleton. I missed badly. Goodbye. I think you're dead. Yep. I see broken skeleton bits down there. He's dead. Death confirmed. KO. Here we go. I love Efficiency 5 Haste 2. It's wonderful. If you haven't noticed. You just break blocks. I wasn't introduced to this till so long after it was invented. Literally 2 years ago. Was when I first found out about this thing called beacon? What? What is a beacon? Thank you, Hermitcraft. I owe so much to Hermitcraft, actually, for introducing me to the fact that enchantments aren't that hard. And also, mega bases are not that hard, but they're hard because they take time and resources, which I don't have a lot of until now that I have this stuff that you're watching me do right now. Oh, hi, Mr. Zombie. No, this is a skeleton. What on earth is the local difficulty here? Full gold armor that is enchanted. What? That is on the F3 screen, and I know where to find that on the F3 screen. Maybe. Local difficulty is 3.75, and then the 0.88. So that's high, because it's normally 1. But I have a good bow, so it changes things. It means that we can survive and not die. I haven't died in a while, I think is what the problem is. See, I've lit up all the way up to here. Well, not down there, I suppose. But we can light up this. Oh, hi, Creeper. You want to play? Nah, he just wanted to fall over on the ground and play dead. Oh, wait, he's actually dead? Oh. I didn't realize that. Noises? I heard noises. I heard scary noises. Scary noises. Nah, it's not scary. Maybe it is. Hello, friends. Welcome to the party of your demise, I suppose this is what we call it, right? Maybe? I don't know. We'll find out someday. I may or may not have mined a couple too many blocks there, but that's okay. We'll survive, mostly. To be quite honest, this is actually like ridiculously fast compared to mining it with other, or with not Instamine. We have advanced. Oh yeah. So what are all the schools in your guys' area? I don't know if you all would know, I guess, but what are they doing for graduations? Like high school and college, I guess. Like they're doing it normal? Did things get changed for what's going on right now with the old COVID situation or the old COVID scare? Or like what are they doing? Like, this is actually an interesting thing to me because I helped out with a couple graduations, 3 of them last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. What those schools did, those were some high schools in my area. They did drive-through graduation type things. So where it's like a drive-through, and not a drive-through. Sorry, it wasn't drive-through. It was it was not a drive-by either. But they essentially at the place where they normally would have the graduations, they set up the stage. It's inside. They set up the stage, and then the students went in to the room with their family, and then they walked across the stage, got their diploma case, and then walked off the stage. They had the picture taken, whatever, and then walked off the stage and left the building. Then the next group came in, the next family and graduate came in. So that's what they did, those 3 schools, and each had their own slight variations to what they were doing, like exactly how they did it, because of course every school has slightly different needs and whatever, or different ideas about how to do it. I thought it was cool that they actually did get to go walk across a stage and actually have their parents there, get their picture taken up on the stage. Go away. We don't like you. You're not welcomed here. I was talking to the zombie. I wasn't talking to anyone in chat. Don't worry, chat. You're good. You're good. Chat is welcomed here. Zombert, however, is not welcomed here. He can leave. I mean, we can take the rotten flesh part, but, the AI part needs to go. I should sit up straight. I should try not to have back issues later in life. I think that's a good idea. There we go. As all the items just spawn in. I actually like seeing that whenever it's like, I just like swoop down towards it and then all the items just pop into existence. Don't think we're gonna have to deal with lag. Yeah, I was in the maintenance shop at work yesterday morning. Yeah, it was yesterday morning. And so it was Saturday morning. And I heard one of the... I'm not sure if I was hearing it right, but it sure sounded like it was one of the local high schools. But it was... They were doing their, like, graduation. It sounded like they were, like, out in the parking lot, right? And then, like, they drove up, and I think I heard this school actually discussing this plan. Where then they like their name is called out over the radio because like run a radio station, whatever the school does, and then the family of the student drives up, they pick up the diploma, and then they, drive away. So it's kind of like a weird sort of a parade that's not really a parade. Or they walked up. I don't remember. But, well, I wasn't there. I was hearing it over the radio, and it wasn't there. And no, I don't know what radio station it was that they were using. Because I don't pay attention to what the radio in the shop is turned to. What channel it is. It normally plays, like, I think, classic rock music. I don't know the name of the channel, though. Of the station. Oh, that is a nice dark cave. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And I bet you that zombie's going to attack me. I should put thorns on my armor at some point in the future. That would be a good enchantment to have. Hello, Apple is bot. How are you doing? Yeah. Let's see. What are we talking about? We're talking about graduation stuff for schools and how they're doing them this year. Yeah, I think that the drive-through kind of graduation. This pickaxe has efficiency 5. And thank you for the follow, by the way. This pickaxe has efficiency 5. Both of these do. But what makes it break the blocks instant, or, well, it's called Instamine 2 is another name for it, is the beacon. So the beacon has haste 2. The pickaxe has efficiency 5. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I'm recovering from some sunburns I got last week, but I am making some pretty good progress right now. So I should be completely recovered by, I'm guessing, tomorrow. Yeah, we have a Discord. So I see you already found the command for it. Yeah. Feel free to go over there, join. Not many people in there yet, but there I have go live notifications as well if you don't get them on the Twitch thing. So, yeah. Yep. So, anything exciting going on in your neck of the woods? I know there's not much going on here. Where I live, we're still pretty much locked down from the whole COVID thing. So, yeah. It's kind of sad, actually. Huh. You can't join the Discord. Okay. Give me a sec. Let me go see if I can... Oh, you know what? I might... Let me pull it up real quick. Oh, it looks like you're in now. I see you on here at least, so... Yep. Okay. Well, thank you. Yeah. Thanks for popping in, though. Yeah, I like watching streamers and that on Twitch. So, yeah. Especially smaller ones. Because it's like, they can actually read chat. It doesn't just fly by. Yeah, I look at bigger streamers, I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to get to that point where there's like that many people in the chat all at one time, because that would be kind of crazy. And there's a zombie chasing me, which I apparently cannot hit because there's some form of lag going on. Let's try not to die real fast if we can. If we can avoid death, that would be good. There. Okay. We've avoided death for a moment. Hopefully. I'm almost going to need to repair this pick again. That's fine, though. I wonder how much XP I have built up in my furnace. Oh, no, I just moved all the furnaces, so there wouldn't be much in there. Never mind. Yeah, I've only smelted one shulker box of items so far in my new furnace array, so there ain't much I can do about that. Right. More lapis for the shop. Ooh, coal as well. Nice. Let's go. Not always a good idea to dig straight down, but I think it's doable. Let's go like this. Nice. Perfect. I will just dig out because we can do that. Got the resources. I was actually just going to use my silk touch pick, but I guess we already broke those blocks, so. Boop. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you for the encouragement. Thanks for the encouragement. Yeah. Honestly, I like having little conversations with a few viewers at a time. So that's really it does make my day, to be honest. Yeah. Some days, especially right now, work can be really slow and there's not a lot of people to talk to because everything's closed. So having a stream chat to talk to. No. This is not hardcore. I've already died 32 times. Yeah, I have a feeling, we might do that. That's a thought, actually. I could do. I'm going to write this down. I don't know if I'm going to say it out loud, though. It's an idea, though, for doing hardcore. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is an idea. There's an idea now for another stream series, potentially. I have a few different stream series that I do. So this is a vanilla one. I have two different vanilla ones going right now. There's this one. There's also Minecraft Generations, which is essentially me going through playing older versions of the game. I started at 1.0, and then each stream I move up by I want to say a full release. Do I have any other hobbies? I do like to go hiking. I haven't gone hiking. We were going to go hiking. My family and I were going to go hiking a few weeks ago, but we got up to the mountain we were going to go hiking on, right? And this is spring, right? This is spring. There's not normally snow around here for the most part in at this time of year, right? So we go up there, right? We're about 2,000 feet. Or wait, was it 15? No, I think it was 2,000 feet. We like just entered the state forest that we were gonna go hiking in, and we just like passed 2,000 feet, something like that. Maybe it was 2,500, and there was no snow on the road at all, right? So we just passed the marker for the elevation, and then we were still driving up, and we're like, well, now there's snow on the side of the road. It's not on the road yet, but it's on the side of the road. So at that point, we then enter the park, and like 600 feet down the road, we have there's snow. Like there's like 4 to 6 inches of snow just on the road, and we're like, what? This was not in the weather forecast for the area. Well, it apparently was for the night before, and it was really, really cloudy. And of course, at that height, you're in the clouds, so it was more like fog. It felt like fog, but it was actually clouds. How old am I? I will say, as far as age goes, I am older than 13, and I am younger than the Queen of England. So I don't really want to give out my age, is what that means. I don't really want to give out my age. That's just because this is the internet. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Oh, from the UK, 3 a.m. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess it is kind of early in the UK, isn't it? But yeah, thanks for watching. Anyways, yeah. I do have a job. I work at the same place that I go to school at, so I'm in college right now. And of course, I can just say that. That doesn't necessarily give away my age, because you can go to college. I have, classmates who are in their, like, I don't know. Well, I know I have some in their 50s, and then I have others who are, fresh out of high school. So, yeah, saying I'm in college doesn't really give away my age that much. So, but yeah, I do. I work there. Let's kill the spider first. Yep, I work there. I'm in their, well, it's public safety. Yep, you too, Apple is bought. Have a great day. Have a good night's sleep, rather. It's not day for you, but good night. Hopefully you wake up in the morning well refreshed. And thanks again for stopping by. So anyways, yeah, I work for their, I don't know if I should actually say what office it is that I work for, but that really makes it only one office that it could be. Yeah, I work in their security stuff, so I make sure, essentially I walk around a lot is what I do. And there's like not many people on campus right now, so there's not that many things to actually like respond to. So yeah, that's part of why this has been so hard, because like even at night, whenever I used to work at night all the time. I didn't really do much day shift. I'm on day shift now, which is a good thing. But I used to work nights. And after school got shut down, we only had a handful of students. Well, a handful. We had like 20 students on campus, I think. And then that slowly dwindled down to 10 over the rest of the semester. Yeah, and I haven't responded to a single student-involved incident since the whole thing started, since COVID started. It was like the week before, I think, was my last student involved incident. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That can be a medical call. That can be a fire alarm in the res halls, anything like that. It feels like it's been forever since I've had any of that happen, which is a good thing, honestly. That's kind of the part that sucks about my job, because it's most interesting whenever someone needs help, and the kind of help that I hear about is mostly, something bad going on. Okay. Yeah. Yep. No need to type if you're tired. I totally get that. Yep. Don't feel obligated to. Yeah. And actually, it's kind of for that reason the whole thing, whenever I get a call, it's like, someone needs help. It's not. It's like I like the fire ones the most, honestly. Because people tend not to get hurt in those ones, which might sound kind of odd, but it's just how things go. It's because most of them are false alarms, so it's like, yeah, or they're like, someone put tinfoil in the microwave, and oh no, there's smoke now, but it sets off the alarm, and no one actually, yeah, and no one, no one's actually hurt. It's just that there's smoke all over the place, so everyone freaks out. It's probably my favorite ones, honestly. What am I talking about? I'm talking about my work. I'm a public safety officer, so at my university. So I'm talking about my the calls that I go on. Not any specific calls. I can't talk about that, but I my favorite ones to go on are probably gotta be the fire ones, because there's not, people don't get, at least in recent history, people haven't actually gotten hurt in those, because there's not a medical element to it. I think the most recent one that had a medical element to it was that someone had a seizure because of the flashing lights of the alarms, but it was a really mild one, and it wasn't one where they're going spazzing out or anything. They were just and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean as a descriptive way, because I don't know what the technical term is. So yeah, they were okay. I wasn't there for that one. That was a little bit after I got hired, I think. It wasn't right afterwards. Well, no, that was during the school year, actually. That's when that was. Because there were a lot of people on campus at that point. But yeah, there tends not to be that medical component to the calls. The ones that I find they stick with you the most are the ones that are medical calls. And the craziest part of it is that I tend to be, it's almost whenever there's medical calls, there's it's me and one other person working, and I am the most experienced one out of the two of us, which isn't saying much. So yeah. And another thing is yeah, no. That's definitely a very important thing to keep in mind, Apple. not abusing authority. You gotta make sure everyone is being measured by the same stick, the same, like, measuring rod. You don't have, and I take a lot of stuff. We did actually an extra one this year, but I think it's like yeah, yeah. I do a lot of. My school is actually really, really. I guess it would be. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. Sincere about making sure that we know to look out for all the stuff of abusive power and that. We always are checking each other on those as you know as people who work for public safety. All the other offices, we're all checking each other, making sure as we're going through our day to day that we're all holding each other accountable, to try to help remedy that as quickly as possible if that does pop up. But we also take a lot of de-escalation stuff. I think I probably have, of the newer people, I think I probably have the most de-escalation training actually. But yeah, we work on that. Not even just de-escalation stuff, but learning how to keep a situation from getting escalated in the first place. Oftentimes that's a really key player as well. That helps everyone out. That just helps keep everything calm so we can all just be cool and collected. And that's actually probably, in my mind, that's actually one of the biggest factors, is just making sure things don't get heated. Because if they don't get heated, in my experience, there's less likelihood that something bad is, like, that someone's going to get, abused or something, or authority's going to be misused. The redstone contraption behind me. There's a couple behinds. I'm assuming this. This is Impulse SV. He's one of the YouTubers who I watch a little bit of. I watch more of his streams than I do his episodes, though. But this is an item storage system, which he developed. But what it is, and this can be fed a couple different ways. So the way I'm feeding it is, there's the minecart brings items up to the hoppers here. The hoppers feed across the great, I have to go back over here now. The sorting system. And then we have all of the items. I have filter blocks in here. But then the item which you want to get extracted and put into the different bays, if you will, the different slots. Oops. I just shot the minecart. Oopsies. Where did the hopper go? There it is. Okay, let's fix this real quick. That was a good shot. Okay, well, that's fixed. So, anyways, you put the items that you want to filter out into the individual storage cells in here, or in the first slot. This is the filter block. That way, if I accidentally throw a filter into the sorter, it will come through here and get sorted out before it breaks the other filters. Which is something which I've had happen in the past, which is why I actually renamed the blocks as well. Then you put whatever it is that's in each sorting system, or each section of the sorter, into that slot. It'll sort them all out. Over here is just the unsorted items, ones that I don't have sorting slots for yet. There's going to be more built on out that end. Anyways, the next stage, or I should say, this hopper has a comparator signal drawn out of it. Goes down here. Right here, there's repeaters, which send that signal into the redstone torches here, which power this block, which lock this hopper here, which prevents any more items from getting pulled out of the sorter. So that whenever a new item goes in, this torch gets turned off, which then depowers this hopper, allowing the items to flow out. Once there's not too many items in it, this torch gets turned back on, locking it, keeping the storage filter in place. Then I have this hopper as well runs out towards this chest, which is the overflow system, so that I don't break filters the other way you can break filters with this system. How long did it take to build? Not very long. It took a lot of iron, of course, but I had a ton of it at the time. I do not have a ton anymore. But yeah, so it took a ton of iron to make. This is an issue. This is a very big issue. Let's go try figuring out what's going on there. We don't want to break this too far. To develop, I have no idea. I have no idea how long it took to develop. Oh, it's fixed. There's a bunch of items of that type going down there, I guess. Yeah, I have no idea how long it took to develop. I think, well, there were other versions of this before Impulse made his. But I'd say I can build one of these cells. Well, actually, with how it's built, it's actually faster to like lay out 16 at a time and then build them that way, which is kind of what I did. But it probably takes like 15 or 10, 15 seconds a cell. There's a bunch of different ways of doing it. Still. But one thing that I did that you don't have to do, it's not a requirement, is putting on the furnaces on top. I did that because I think it's actually best. Or how much delay do you have on your stream? I think the stream delay, it is set for 10 seconds, but sometimes it will go up to, I think, probably 20 seconds at the most is how far it should go up. It is different for each viewer, though. I will say that much. I am pretty vigilant as far as reading chat goes. But, yeah. It looks like on my stream that I'm looking at like 30 seconds right now. But it differs for each viewer. It's weird. It's just how stream buffering works. It's something that can't really be avoided, unfortunately. Part of it does depend on the speed of my machine. But the other... Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, but then some of it depends on the viewer's Wi-Fi connection, all that. It's weird. It's confusing. I'm not an expert, to say the least. So, anyways, yeah. But this, having blocks that have inventories, I think the block you're supposed to use, technically speaking, is droppers. But having a block that has an inventory slot in it above a hopper, or that has some kind of MBT data that can be written about it, I think is what it's called. Is the right terminology for it. Above a hopper, it lowers the amount of TPS lag that it causes, which is a server side thing. It's ticks per second. Brainiacs know this stuff. I don't. I just have watched enough of Exuma Void's videos and stuff, and other people like Omango to get some understanding of what this stuff is. It's not stuff I'd ever figured out on my own. So, anyways, yeah, and it lowers the lag on the server barely for this many hoppers, but when I expand the system out farther, it'd get more and more significant. So essentially what I'm saying is that this hopper here with the furnace above it is causing less lag than that hopper with nothing above it. If that makes any sense at all, it might not. But again, that's not much lag. It's only starts to get significant when you're talking about like 5,200 hoppers or something like that. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Like the threshold before it actually starts mattering, but there are some massive storage systems on this server already, and yeah, they do cause lag, unfortunately. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. So yeah. Again, it's like partly over my head too. Yeah, if you are really interested in learning exactly how this stuff works, how this whole system works, then I would strongly recommend looking at like Impulse SV is his channel name, to figure out, because I think he tends to go in depth on his explanations of how his contraptions work. So I assume he did that for this one. At least I've heard it called the Impulse SV item sorter before. Might have to dig a link up somewhere, but yeah. I did find a way to make it to make an item sorter that used pistons and stuff instead. The only problem is it's not as consistent. It breaks a lot easier. I did used to use water streams for this style of sorter, but for some reason, if I loaded the chunks weirdly on the server, then it would create a weird backlog, which would then break the sorter. I'm not sure why that happened. I'd have to check and see if I could figure out why, but all I know is that it broke this server not the server, it broke the sorter whenever I would log out and then log back in while it was processing items, which is why I'm using hoppers. It's more expensive than using a water stream, but it doesn't need to be fixed every time I log into the server, or the server restarts whenever I'm in the middle of a sorting setup or sorting time. Yeah. And then aside from that, it's really all about that system that I know. I think that's actually like everything that explains all of it entirely. Then there's the other redstone contraption that's built down here, other than the timer for the minecart, which actually is kind of interesting. So this minecart doesn't run all the time. I did that for two reasons. One, the lag that it caused on the server. Two, the just it running it would sometimes like get caught on something down here, just, you know, weird server loading error, whatever, and stop like under these if it was running continually. So I built a timer system so that whenever an item is in this chest, it will send out a signal. Can I break this open? I use some niftiness here, which is why I kind of want to show it off again. Because I think it's kind of cool. Anyway, so here it is. Here's the timing circuit. So when an item gets dropped into this chest, this comparator powers. Oops, that is bad, actually. Let's fix that. Powers this block, which then powers the redstone dust under it, powering this repeater at 3 ticks of delay. The specific tick numbers are actually important, which then has this clock. I don't remember how many ticks this clock runs for, which then sends a signal through this bedrock block into this 4-tick delay repeater into the powered rails. I have this manual override as well, but I don't use that much. And then it sends the minecart down, up, down, up, down, up until the chest is empty. Now, anytime the chest is empty, it was emptied while the minecart was down here at the bottom. And what that means is that I can use that information that it's always ending its run at about the same spot, so that, the wiring is always getting depowered at about the same spot, so that I can make sure that no matter how full the minecart is, because this system up top draws items out slower than this system, or than down here puts it in. So the minecart always needs to land right there. That way it can get started moving again. So as I figured out the timing, so no matter how full the minecart is, how much momentum it's carrying, essentially, it will always end at the top. It won't end down where I'm at, you know, down somewhere along here where it won't empty out all the way, or somewhere on where it's flat and it won't start moving again. So essentially I had to figure that out. But I did. It took a little bit of trying. I don't think I did it on stream. I think I did it on just off camera entirely. It's weird because there's like 2 off cameras, because I'm recording episodes sometimes, and other times I'm doing streams, and other times I'm just not doing anything. As far as that's concerned. This lava here has... So this is now a base tour, by the way. This lava here has a purpose. It's not just a pillar of lava that gives off a light or anything like that. It actually has a purpose. Its job is to kill bats. Because I used to AFK down here a lot. And even right now I'm working at night down here. So a lot of bats will spawn. And they were causing my client to lag. Just because there would be like 30, 40 bats all right in at the time it was just a 2-chunk area. So it was this lava pillar burns the bats. They just fly into it, and it's actually a very high probability that they will fly through the lava, which is amazing. I might need to add a couple more now that this area is bigger, but I only see like 1. I thought there was another bat over there somewhere. It's like 2 bats right now, which is pretty good. And he's toying with the idea of flying into that lava right now, it looks like. Don't look at the light. I mean, he's playing with fire. But anyways, only just 1 time going through the lava is enough. It's enough to make sure that they go away. Or kill them, in other words. Over here is a sugarcane farm. It relies on the... I just broke a torch. That's fine. That'll be fine. it relies on the growth of the sugarcane to trigger it. It loses about 1 sugarcane per operation, but for every operation it gets about 12 or 13 sugarcane. As you can see, it's pretty good whenever you're over here working all the time. Yeah, this is a manual fire button. But essentially, there's 16, I think. No, 15, actually. Observers down there. Or 13? It's 13, isn't it? Whatever. It's not a big deal. Anyways, they fire. Whenever one of them goes off, it sets the whole thing off. There's a little clock here, or pulse extender thing, actually, to make sure this minecart goes off the powered rail, picks up all of the items, brings them all back to the chest. It's wonderful. This is a modular pumpkin farm. Works for melons too. It's not lossless though. I'd have to reconfigure the power system on the back, but it's just much less brain breaking to use this kind of system. All that you see is all that it is. You don't need the half slabs on top. That's just to prevent mobs from spawning. And it works fairly well as well. It is actually faster than the sugarcane farm. Even though there's about the same number of pumpkin stems in it. This is the mob farm, which has been running the whole time. And around back here, we have another contraption that I borrowed from a content creator. Another content creator. This is an Etho hopper clock. So if you're familiar with Etho's lab, he's done a lot of Redstone. He was one of like the first pioneers into actually just having Minecraft on YouTube at all, I believe. He was one of the first. But anyways, this is just an Etho hopper clock, which powers this farm here. And we're just going to do this real quick because it'll make it easier. We're going to go into spectator mode, fly in here. And as you can see, we have the signal gets sent into here. It powers the various, or it powers all of the, or unpowers, either or. Like these are both powered, so they're holding the water back, allowing mobs to spawn on these two platforms. I'm too close to it right now, and I'm also in spectator mode, so they won't spawn. But then up here is the other levels, which, okay, so it looks like the top one, and then this is the creeper level. It has trapdoors, which means that only creepers and spiders can spawn here. Yeah. So anyways, that's how it works. Cycles through. This top floor at the very least is in a witch hut area, so witches can spawn here, have a preferred chance of spawning here. And I think it's the same for this second from the top floor. Anyways, let's pop back out and go ahead and put me back into survival. Anyway, so that's this. And that's kind of it for what I have out in this area aside from the village, the villager trading area. I do need to drink some water. That way I do not drown in unthirstfulness. No, in thirstiness. I do not drown from a lack of water. In other words, get super dehydrated. Key tip, by the way, if you have a sunburn, it is a very good idea to make sure that you are well hydrated to make sure that your skin can heal itself quickly. I have a lot of experience with this. This is a little cow farm. It needs some work done to it to fix it, make it more efficient. This is the super smelter that I have. Pretty simple system. Collection right there. There's just enough hoppers here to make sure that that won't back up. It will still back up if the entire system is running at once because it's just faster than a hopper can transfer items at that point. Being more than one item a second, much more than one item a second. And then up here, there's the item distribution systems. Left side is for the blast furnaces. Right side is for furnaces. Flick the lever. Minecart rolls back and forth across the top, distributing items out. Pretty simple. This is the fuel feeder. So same principle. Really a very simple design, just kind of costly again on the iron. Blast furnaces take the same amount of iron to make as hoppers do, 5 each. Something which I am short on. These item hoppers here are all filled up with filter blocks because the only things that can go into the fuel slot of a furnace are fuel. Fun fact. So you can use that to your advantage when you're doing this, letting only one stack of fuel build up at a time, so that you're not wasting, or so that you don't have a ton of idle fuel in your system. That's especially useful if you're like me trying to sell it at some point. Yeah. I just threw stuff in here that's not supposed to go in here. That was an order that we just threw away. I've already filled that order, so it's good. Anyways, I used to have an AFK fish farm. Here's why I AFK'd here so much, and also why I have so many fish. But I don't have an AFK fish farm anymore. Anyways, let's keep mining, I think. Where should we go? Looks like I already have this chunk prepped. We're gonna need another rocket now. Yep. So I prep the chunks by stripping them first, which essentially means I remove the top layer of dirt and gravel from each chunk before I go mining it, just so that's ready to go whenever I decide to mine. We're not going to use this anymore because I don't want to break it, but we are going to use this, the Silk Touch one. Anyways, this whole perimeter, one, it's to give me a place to build all my ugly farms and stuff. I say they're ugly, but they're not that bad. I mean, it's all made out of the same block, but it can't be that bad. I try a little bit in this area. I actually do try elsewhere on the server, though, to make things look good. Because elsewhere on the server, there are actually nice buildings. Custom buildings and stuff. So I'm trying to work up my building skills. That's one of my goals this season. Aside from working up my grinding skills, is working up my building skills. I'm not really trying to work up my grinding skills because I already know I can do that. I can grind one math problem forever. So yeah, no. Too long. Can also try to fix the same bit of code that isn't broken for far too long. And then continually break it worse and worse. But anyways, that's aside the point. That's not my goal for this season of Minecraft. I'm not doing coding inside of Minecraft. If I did, I'd do that in a modding series. But I will be doing enough coding already come this fall. So in theory, I'll be doing enough coding. How much of it will be working off of templates, I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, I will be doing coding if it's working off of templates. But the problem is I actually understand the coding language I use now. I don't know what the name of it is. It's not Python. It's not C++. It's not Java. It's whatever MATLAB uses. Is the coding language that I'll be using in the fall. If you don't know what MATLAB is, don't worry about it. Essentially, it's for solving math problems, engineering problems, and stuff. So yeah, I'll be getting my fill of coding again. I got it last spring. I'll be getting it again this fall, which will be awesome. Because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy coding. It's not the best, necessarily. But I like figuring it out and learning how to talk to computers. It's bad because I'm better in programming logic than I am in coding, which is normally the opposite of how it goes. Your if, or, else, if, then, all that stuff, I'm good. I can do that, but put me in code in like a language other than that base language stuff, and I get lost. So bad. I don't think that's many people. Part of it is I learned coding more from the ground up than I did from the top down. So I didn't learn binary first, but I did learn, I learned block coding first, which is more of a logical style of coding. At least the one that I did first was. It's not always the case, but for me it was. So, yeah. So trying to learn a language, something like Java, where there's now these blocks of codes which are expressed as words, it's like, I'm lost. Help. Please send help. Most of the time. Which is odd because it's like, I can deal with the and, not, or, if else, XOR, all of those kind of logic gates. Basic logic gates, literally the way things are wired, like in the computer circuitry, what the computer sees whenever you're typing in words and stuff, into like a coding interface, whatever that coding interface is, in a language like Java, and that's all words which are made up of likely different words, and then made up of logic gates. Not if is not one of the basic logic gates are or and out of those two gates, no, is it or not that are the basic ones? I think it's or and not that are the basic ones. You can make, using those two, you can pretty much make any circuit. I'd have to try to reconstruct it, which I'm not going to do. Actually, hold on a second. We're going to try something real quick, guys. I think it's on this computer. Where is... Redstone logic. I know what I'm doing. I did the bad option, guys. I did the bad option. It should be okay, though. I just switched from mining to redstone logic, guys. This is an achievement. Here it is. It's all still here. What was I doing here? I don't remember what this was, guys. That looks like it was supposed to be a piston feed tape. Doing something with a TNT thing, judging by what's in my inventory and the hole in the ground. This is a song. That one would have just repeated forever is why I broke it. Anyways, so if we go over here to logic, this is logic stuff. So this is in Minecraft, guys. This is Minecraft logic. This is the OR gate. So if either input A, we'll start from the left. So input A is true, output is true. If neither output is on, this is, and this is using pistons. This is using this kind of a system, right? It's kind of the reverse. This is technically combining two different circuits. This is combining a NOT with yeah, this is technically combining a NOT with the XOR. It's weird. Don't worry about it, guys. This is different. This can actually do staged memory. So see, like that, I just did stage memory. So that's not what we want to do here. But if in effect it's the same, it will do the same thing. That's, by the way, how you make memory. One way of making memory circuits is by locking repeaters. If you want to make memory circuits in Minecraft. The AND gate means that both these have to be true in order for the signal to go through. If I remove one, then it doesn't work. Yeah, and the same here, but this is technically a NOT plus. This is technically a NOT plus the AND. And then this is the same. Technically, this is a NOT plus the AND. Except that there's a piece of redstone missing. This is not. So I did something interesting here. This is ground. So if you see this above a block, that means it's ground. And then this is live. Ground is like where it goes if there isn't power, essentially. So see, hear that? This one gets powered whenever this is on, meaning that's technically off because this is that desired output one. So see, there's a different way of doing that. That would have been better, but whatever. Anyways, this is a much simpler NOT gate. Boom. The other easy NOT gate, but I was doing this for a programming demonstration, so I didn't want to use all the really cheaty Minecraft stuff. This is a mess, by the way. This is the XOR, which essentially means either or but not both. So it's a combination of OR. I think this is OR, right? This looks like it's, yeah, this is OR here. We're going to turn these off. We're not going to be here for that long because this is still a mining stream technically. This is the OR gate right here. Whoa, geez. Oh, geez. So you have your one input A. Okay, this is input A. This is input A. This is input B. Input B. Input B. So what happens here is thing shifts out. So this is AND, this is OR, this is NOT. So if AND is true, this is positive only AND, so it's not AND, but whatever. We don't need to go there. So this is AND, then this is NOT. So if AND is true, NOT is true, which means that it doesn't send the signal through to the output. Again, this is ground. And then if OR is true, it will try to send output there. So if we go through here, flip one, so we got output. We flip both though, we get ground. We don't have either selected. We don't get anything. It should technically send to ground, but I didn't do this quite right. This was a little bit ago. That got an output because only one of them was on. That's XOR. This is a simpler version, doesn't use any pistons, so this is technically a silent system. As though it doesn't use pistons, so I couldn't make a ground for it. Actually, same with these ones here. So neither are powered, and this one's technically working the right way as well. So that works. That doesn't work. However, this does work. So technically this one is actually wired appropriately, aside from the, true to reality, aside from the fact that I do have 2 NOT gates right here, and here. Aside from that fact, and actually these NOT gates as well, technically shouldn't exist. This is the NOT, this is the AND, this is the OR in this example. Anyways, guys, that was that. Oops, I just quit Minecraft. Hold on. I didn't mean to quit Minecraft, guys. Sorry. Stream is not over. Stream is not over. Oops. I'm so used to that. Just, oh, I exit the world? Okay, just exit the game. Go play World of Tanks or something. But no. No. Sorry. I didn't mean... This gives a perfect opportunity, actually, to go and... The game is not running. Okay. Anyways, guys, this gives me the perfect opportunity to go refill my water, so I will go do that real fast. I'll be back, though, very soon. All right, we're back. We're back now. So, all right, let's go. Oh, come on. What? What? Oh, are you kidding? Wait, how did the advancements reset? Did they? Or did that just never give to me? Guys? I don't know. Okay, whatever. We're off of our tangent now. Oh, hey, Zombert. I guess this is the one time where knockback would be okay. I could just knock him off the cliff instead of having to deal with him all the way, right? We're off of the tangent. That was a fun tangent, though, I gotta say. Of all the tangents, that was a good one. I enjoy that. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that kind of logic for computers. I don't understand, like, words. I've learned, however, binary, though, since then, since learning that stuff. Part of why I know that's wrong now. Some of those demonstration examples. Let me make sure. Okay, my mic is unmuted. I want to make sure I did that this time, because last time I came back from a break, I did not unmute my mic. Which, by the way, brings me to another point, guys. If you ever noticed that I didn't unmute a microphone, or that my screen's blank or something like that, please let me know. Because I'm going to forget at some point. This is normal. Is normal. Yep. Alright. We are out of pickaxe. We're out of pickaxe. Almost. Alright. Let's go throw this down here. As a result of that whole logic stuff, I totally forgot where the conversation was before we went over there. This is the problem with me getting distracted. Is that I forget what we're talking about. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Anyways, I suppose this would be the ideal opportunity to run out to the shopping district. I've done way too much talking today. Jeez, my voice is shot. It's not doing too hot right now. Skippy, you're making a lot of money off of me using your shop all the time. I'm doing live streams. That is a very good shop. It is a very profitable shop. He's made 25 diamonds and not even been on the server at all. All those diamonds are from me. Yeah. Well, he will have made 25 diamonds by the time I get over there again. If I can ever figure out how to get onto the portal. Okay. Let's fly all the way down here. Like so. Oof. That was painful. Hi, nice. Nice. Alright, this is the shopping area, guys. This is one of the areas where nice builds are kind of what we want to see. I say that, and then there's that. There's this build that has a little block missing out of the top of it. But none of those buildings are mine. This is one that's mine. This is my log shop, my second log shop. This is a tree that I haven't finished making. It's a custom. Then this is my mining shop. And there's the shulker box from earlier, like I was talking about. The one that I left behind. It's not because I don't care about you, shulker box. It's just, you're not... I forgot, okay? It's nothing to do with you. It was just me being me and forgetting. Okay? That's all it is. It's got nothing to do with you. You're okay. No hurt feelings, right? It's an inanimate object. It doesn't have feelings. Right. Looks like our coal is fully stocked, which means we can now start doing fun stuff with coal. Gold I don't have anymore. We just have redstone. Nice. Alright. We can then break these to bring back with us, and it's night again. Why is it always night whenever I go out to Skippy's shop, it seems? It seems always night. No one's on? No. No one logged on in the time that I was off, it appears. This is Lagapotamus shop right here. Oh, he needs to AFK out here, man. Really bad. Maybe I should AFK out here. Jeez, it should be like 5 diamonds per day. I'm going to need to talk to him, see if I can get a deal or something. Since I use his shop the most out of anyone else on the server, I'm certain. Oh, are you serious? It didn't fully repair that pick. Oh. Let's do it. 31 levels, just like this, so. Alright, let's pull out of here. There we go. If I can click right. Okay, I'm gonna go add to this, which isn't going to help the Lagapotamus machine at all. Control Q. All of these, including that cactus. Now we can just go like this. This is how it works. This is how XPing works. When there aren't auto droppers involved. I don't really want to pick the items back up again. And actually doing this might help give me a little more inventory space to play around with here. Pick items up with, you know. Kind of what the inventory is for. Oh, well, apparently that pickaxe didn't get refilled anyways. For some reason. That's fine. We're going to leave it, though. No, we're not. We're not going to get shortchanged by this shop. I can burn it. I don't have flint and steel on me, though. This isn't my shop, though. So I don't get to do the interior design options on it. Burning it would be ideal, aside from the fact that then I'd also be burning all of my tools whenever I throw my tools in there. Burning with lava would be ideal, rather. But, yeah, I've thrown multiple pickaxes into the same spot that I've been throwing items, so. Yeah. No. No, we're not doing that. Not today. Thank you. Alright. That's a meme, isn't it? Not today? Isn't that a meme? I don't know the language of the meme. The meme. Whatever you call them. The screaming meme. No, not the right time for that joke. I don't know if it is or not. I don't know if it's a joke. Yay! Could do wither skeleton skull farming again someday. That'd probably be a fun stream, wouldn't it? I think so. Maybe, maybe not. Could result in death? Definitely. That is a possibility. That is actually extremely likely. Alright, send the shulker there. I should probably keep my shulkers somewhere separate. They're llamas. The llama of the salama. Salami. Ooh, there's rain. All right. Let's adjust some volumes here. I was playing, of course, on one of the old versions of Minecraft, so sound settings were not the same. There were not as many different sound settings as there are nowadays. There was like 2, I think. There was like music, I think, and then there was like all. I think those were it. I'd have to check again. But you can also just look at one of my past streams in the Generation series. You'll probably be able to see it. I think I've been in that menu every single stream. At some point. I can always show it on the next one. Hopefully that'll be later this week. Probably Thursday. Because there should be a modded stream Tuesday. That Thursday. Then I'd leave another stream, a 4th one, open on Saturday. So there might be another stream Saturday. You never know. Or, well, there probably will be. Wait. I might not have time Saturday. I have to check. Later in the week, once more schedules get pushed out. We'll see. I want to have time to stream Saturday, but I may not be able to. That would be a late stream, though. Or late. It'd be an evening stream, which is 6 for me. 6 my time, PST. Pacific Standard Time. It's fun time. Fun times. I think Tuesday's stream is going to be an early one because I work in the evening, or in that late afternoon, evening, and night, early night. So I work a swing. So that should be it. Ooh. The Wandering Trader is hanging his... Oh, that's not at all. We need to end that. Which also ended in the killing of the llamas. So something did reset my achievements, apparently. Which should not have happened. I don't know why that happened, but achievements got reset. Okay, noted. I have no idea what caused that this time. Oh no, that's my achievements. That's not server side achievements, is it? Okay, never mind. I know why that was then. Alright. Yes. Okay. Yes, things happen whenever you switch back and forth between historic versions and current versions of the game. Achievements get broken and lost, and then you end up re-earning them whenever you go back into the game. It's just something that happens. Is it technically a way of farming XP? Yes, but I'm not using it that way. I could, but I'm not. Because that would be cheating. Does it happen though? Yes, but I don't want it to. There's not intent. So, yeah. It doesn't matter that I make the rules. I do want to play with the same restrictions everyone else has. So. Alright. I wish that you could use the F3, like... I mean, there's probably a data pack for it, I guess. You know, there probably is. Which there's where you could have the like player, you can make it so that players could switch back and forth between survival and spectator without having to have full access to commands and stuff. But also that whenever they switch it back to survival, they go back to the same spot that they had switched from survival into spectator at. I'm not sure if that sounds like something that there'd already be a data pack for somewhere. I have to look for that. But that might be a nice one to have. I don't know how much it get used though. Because people can already ask to be switched into spectator mode, and I'll do it. So, if I'm on, which at this point I can log on more often than I used to be able to. Oh yeah! That's right, we're gonna break all this coal. Let's go do that real fast. This is gonna be fun. Alright. Let's go get this coal. I'm also not the only admin on the server, so I don't have to be playing for someone to be able to switch game modes into spectator. Oh, this will get me XP as well. Nice. All of the XP. This is pretty good. I will probably soon be working on getting more enchanted stuff. That way, more books and that, so that I can make all of the wonderful tools, or upgrade the other pickaxes to efficiency 5. Is that going to fill up the hopper minecart all the way? It might. Nope. It didn't fill it up all the way. Okay. But we can now turn all of the coal into fuel instead, which is something that I forgot, or else I wouldn't have silk touched that layer that had the coal in it. I guess let's just go ahead. Yeah, that's actually really cool that we can do that now. Not have to worry about breaking coal and stuff. Can just, or breaking coal with the silk touch at all, or trying to differentiate between how much coal we need, because we have all the coal that we need in the shop. So it's wonderful. I love it. Let's see. All right. Nice. All the resources now. can go down another layer, I suppose. Let's eat. Mining takes a lot of food, apparently. Wait, why am I using Silk Touch? I don't need to use Silk Touch. I can use Fortune. Hopefully this isn't making anyone motion sick. The block breaking noises might help with that, though. I love it. I love it a lot. Sweet sound of XP. Black gold. It's not oil, it's coal. In Minecraft, of course, not real life. Oil isn't that expensive in real life anymore. It's kind of dropped its value. It's useful, though. Very useful. You can make gasoline out of it. That's what I use it for. I love that system. Just automatically comes down, picks up the items, takes them back to be smelted. It's wonderful. Wonderful system. Pick up all this. Nice. I tell you, man, mining with this with this efficiency 5, it's totally worth it to spend 5 diamonds to repair the tools, honestly, because it's just so fast. I think it's worth it. But I'm hoping to get more. As you saw, at the start of the stream, all of my other pickaxes, the non-efficiency 5 ones, were broken up. Yeah, except for one of them. And that's because I was mining with the non-efficiency 5 to try to save some diamonds in between streams. Just because it costs 5 diamonds per time that you go into the shop, not like per, it's done per visit, not per pickaxe repaired or anything like that, per tool repaired, which is good. I think that's pretty good. Biggest problem with the shop right now, I think, is that there's not a lot of people who play actively on the server, so there's not many people going to the shopping district all the time. If it was a really busy shopping area, then, with people there, say like once an hour, the shop would replenish itself over time. It actually, work as far as being self-replenishing. But the problem is Skippy has to go in AFK there in order for it to do anything, unless there's someone out there building a new shop or something, But even then, 1 hour or maybe like 2 or 3 hours doesn't do a whole lot for restocking the shop. And of course, zero ticking is going away. I believe that the method Skippy's using at least is going away. There's probably still a way to zero tick in 1.16. So whenever that comes out, that'll be an issue too. So, yeah, the shop might actually go away. But I think there's got to be another way to zero tick. Personally, I won't zero tick, but I'm fine with other people doing it. As you can see, I kind of do support it still, because I go and I buy stuff from there. that'll be until I get a good XP farm for myself. And actually on streams I might still go over there just for the sake of time. But yeah, I will eventually have a better XP farm than the cave spider one that I have right now. Because the cave spider one needs some work. I built that one up and it isn't doing so hot right now. It works, but spiders get stuck all over the place in it, and don't really have will to go fix it right now, unfortunately. So I'd have to will myself to do it, which is kind of why it's called willing yourself to do it. But yeah. It works for what I do, because I can just sit at the farm for like 10 minutes, let spiders build up, repair a quarter of a pickaxe or something like that, and then wait another 10 minutes, go do something, you know, come back, kind of like a mixed AFK farm. That's really how you have to do it with the mob farm, mob XP farms, spawner based ones. So that's how I do it. It works for me. All right. This has gone really, really well today so far, which is awesome. See when we find another cave here. So far doing this, I found 2 ravines and think like, well, it's technically just one cave system. I think they're all interconnected. Most are, honestly. In Minecraft, it seems like all the caves are interconnected with each other. Like, it's insane. At least the ones I run into seem to like all be connected. It's one giant family of caves. Where everything is connected together in crazy, insane ways. Oh man. Talking about family trees is kind of crazy. You end up being related to people who you had no thought of ever even potentially being related to whenever you start looking at your family tree. It's kind of crazy. My voice is getting pretty tired right now. Because water is not helping it that much. Which means it really is getting tired. Yeah. Well, we'll keep going for a little bit though. Slime just fell. We're going to add on to this storage system shortly. make sure to bring it up to snuff. Going to talk a little bit less for a couple minutes. If you guys want to talk about something, though, go and put it in the chat. Just try to save my voice a little bit. Oof. Not where I want to be right now. Not quite where I want to be. Oh man, this is actually a lot faster than even using TNT to mine this. Another crazy thing that happens to be the case. So that's actually faster. Do it this way. Well, actually, it might be about the same speed. It seems like it's faster because I'm moving faster. You know, I'm moving around a lot more. But actually, I'm pretty sure doing it with TNT would probably be faster. Just the problem is getting the TNT. If it actually cost me more diamonds to get enough TNT than, or to do this project, than it would to repair the pickaxes to do this project. I am keeping on my pickaxe. I said I was going to not talk so much. Some of the ambient sounds in Minecraft. .44 iron exactly. A lot of iron right in this area here. It's actually really good. This might be enough actually in this one chunk to mostly finish stocking the shop then. That'd be wonderful. That is another thing which is in order, iron farm. But I don't know when I'll be able to get around to that, because that involves dealing with villagers, and that's not something which I really want to do. I know how to build one, but I don't really want to. I'd rather just use like a zombie grinder and just occasionally get iron ingots from that. Which, yes, would be extremely inefficient, but it wouldn't require dealing with villagers. 26 iron ore from that level. From that, well, those 3 levels. Alright. Ooh, just broke the ground. Oops. Alright. Broke the ground. That's what the whole point of this is to break the ground. It's to break a lot of ground as fast as possible. In Minecraft. This is a ground-breaking project. It's not the groundbreaking of the groundbreaking project. It is the groundbreaking project itself. That's kind of a funny way to look at things, in my opinion. The whole entire project is groundbreaking. Huh. Oh. Let's get it. How many? Oh, 43 iron ore from that 6 layers. There might be a little bit still hiding there too in the stone that's left behind, which is awesome. Stone, more stone. I have a couple cobblestones too. Dirt, granite, andesite, diorite, andesite. This goes up here. Spider just died. How sad. How terrifying. How horribly sad. The life of a spider. To spawn in a tiny box, and the only daylight which it ever sees is... Okay, this is actually kind of really morbid. The only daylight which the spider would ever see would be in the drop chute on its way down to its death. I mean, I guess like zombies and stuff, it's like, you know, there's daylight, and that's like kills them, literally speaking. So Okay, this is a lot of coal. This will be nice. I want to see how much coal ore this is, and then I want to see how much coal we get from breaking all the coal ore. Okay, let's make sure we pick all of the ore up. So 44. Remember that number for some reason. Something to do with iron from earlier, 44. Oh, this is bad. I started from the other side. All my controls are going to be off now. Oh no. This actually could be an issue. Yeah, this is an issue, guys. Started from the wrong way. Ah. Gravel, nice. Gravel is actually an item which there is demand for, because I've had an order for it in the past. No one's bought it since I've actually stocked it up in the shop, but there's history of a demand for it, which means that there might be another peak in demand. There's enough demand for it that someone made a special order for it, so that means in the future there might be enough demand for it that it'll sell in the shop itself. Actually, I might be able to make a deal with sugarcane soon. We'll see. We'll see how things go. See how things go. Cow. I heard a moo. Nice. Nice. Right. Let's throw this in here. So die right. Got a lot of iron from this. This is a haul of iron. H-A-U-L, not H-A-L-L. Let's repair up the fortune pick a little bit. And my armor a little bit, even though it's full at this point. I like that they are altering the mending system in 1.16 so that it's a little bit nicer on the loss of XP side of things. XP won't be allocated towards mending items that are fully repaired already. That has been classed as a bug and is fixed now in the 1.16. At least it was slated to be fixed. It was classed as a bug, but it was slated to be fixed. I'm not sure if they actually have implemented the change yet. Well, yet. Pre-releases are out. It should be implemented. There should at least have been some attempt at implementing it by this point, if it's going to be in the update. Since I haven't heard that it's not going to be in it, I'm going to assume that it is in it. That might be a dangerous assumption, though, because it is Mojang. which is Microsoft. Mojang is not Microsoft. Mojang is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft. That's what I almost said. But I don't even know what Shaft means. It's probably, sounds like it's German or Polish. It could be Polish, actually. Shaft. I mean, yes, it sounds kind of like Shaft, but it's... Words are interesting sometimes. Redstone triggered. We are not going to break that with fortune. Under any circumstances, you are not to use a non-silk touch pickaxe to break redstone ore. I have way too much redstone. Same story with lapis. Is part of why I'm trying to sell it. All of it. Nope, gravel does not go in there. Gravel needs to go to the shop still. Ooh, diamonds. That's more for the shop, guys. That diamond is more for the shop. That is a wonderful thing. That's supposed to be at like the maximum height that diamonds can spawn in too. There go diamonds. All the diamonds. Diamond. I can pronounce it correctly in German. Probably not. My brother will spell check me though. Or not spell check. Enunciation protection. I don't know. Enunciation protection. Detection, not protection. Guys? Guys? Please tell people to buy stuff from my shop. That's fine. None of the other people have active on the server have active content creation channels, so never mind. Don't worry about it, guys. You can't tell them to do anything. Only one of them is on the community Discords, or two of them actually, but one I don't think had the ability to play for a little bit. So, oh yeah. All right. I don't think we're gonna mine any more of that. We're gonna break up this coal real fast. Break up this coal. Throw all of these extra items in here. We're going to check for overflow after we do this, though. He's armed with stone. There we go. Armed with stone, those zombies were. Look at that little. Oh, I got a helmet out of the deal too. Leather cap, and what is respiration? Respiration. That's nice. Let's check our overflow now. Okay, nothing in the overflow. Awesomeness. Dirt is filling up. Those aren't full. Stone shouldn't have any extra stuff in it. Doing okay on all this. Yeah, a little too okay on that. That's what happens when you have a place which is dedicated to producing that kind of stuff. That's what we call it. We call it a place. This is slowly having items taken out of it. Yeah. All right, guys. So next stream, I have to end it here. My voice is going out. It's getting late. It's 8:30 where I'm at. That's not super late, but for me, that's late enough. So anyways, let me pull up the time for our next stream. And we'll find someone to raid as well. Thank you all for tuning in, by the way. It's awesome to be able to talk to you guys. Next stream is going to be at noon Pacific Standard Time. That's my local time here. For reference, for anyone in a different time zone, that's 6 hours earlier than this stream was. And that's going to be a modded stream on my modded world. So anyways, guys, I hope that you will have a great time. We are going to raid a certain Joe Hills who appears to be spreading more dogs on the Hermitcraft server. So guys, that will be it for today. I hope that I can see you all next time.